Have you ever seen an old picture of a celebrity and thought, why in the world do they look like decades older when that picture's only from 2 years ago? Why do they look so much older today than they used to? Like, just take a look at how much Millie Bobby Brown has changed in just a couple short years. How is it possible that she's only 21? She's 21? This is insane. I mean, the hair definitely makes her look a lot more mature, but I could not believe that this was her. I thought it was a completely different person. Body tea, body snatched. Comments, she looks older than Sofia Vergara? Little bit of a reach. Maybe because her face isn't injected with all of the fake substances like everyone else. Interesting take. I feel like we might be watching the entire Kylie Jenner face transformation fiasco with Millie like in real time. Or maybe you've caught yourself wondering, is everybody secretly on Botox and fillers like Millie might be and we just aren't keeping up and we have no idea what's actually going on? Well, it's time for some real talk today, ladies and gentlemen. Plastic surgery might be actually ruining your face. From the complete normalization of Botox, which is, yes, the botulinum toxin, all the way to the new Ozempic face craze. Today, we're diving so deep into how this insane craze of trying to constantly look younger is actually, over time, making us look
significantly older.
Sound contradictory? Well, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up, because we're about to break down all of the weird and wild ways that these so-called tweakments can completely backfire. Big time. So you think every single person going out and getting Botox would just look automatically like so refreshed, right? Instead, a growing number of women are looking perpetually surprised or have that unfortunate and uncanny pillow face. So is all this plastic surgery thing really making us look worse? Because that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of today.
I've been saying for a really long time that this female obsession with cosmetic procedures shows that we're not in a good place, and finally people are acknowledging something's wrong because women don't really look like human beings anymore, and they're calling it pillow face.
No, like this is an actual problem. You guys, like, I don't understand who decided that looking like this disturbed pillow face that doesn't move is better than looking old. Like, if you had to show me at 80 with normal wrinkles looking so saggy, God, pray for me that I'm still hot. Pray for me that I still look good by then. Or you show me my plumped up pillow face 80-year-old version of myself where I'm trying to pretend like I'm not ancient, I would pick having wrinkles in a second. These people look terrifying. It just looks bad. I can't.
Pillow face. Pillow face refers to this new trend where hundreds of thousands of perfectly beautiful, healthy women, in trying to become even more beautiful, even more perfect, are literally disfiguring their faces with filler. And not only does filler never really dissolve, which causes pillow face, it also messes with the lymphatic system, which can cause cancer. So even though filler doesn't improve the way we look, and it's also a risk to our lives, we women can't stop doing it. Because we've bought into the message that we women have an expiration date, and God forbid we show any signs of aging, we become completely irrelevant. So we will do anything to stop that from happening, including disfiguring our faces or risking our lives.
Honestly, really well played. And it's super weird that we ignore pillow face in men. I'm looking at Ryan Gosling and it's not okay. Oh, honey, we are not ignoring it. Ryan Gosling? Like, he lives in a pineapple under the sea. Like, what is happening there? The Madonna pic? What? No, like, don't even get me started. Like, this is an actual, this is a train wreck.
I have been seeing these photos of Kylie Jenner all over the internet. Let's talk about it. So in the before, you can see that her face is a bit more pillowy, it's more full, and in the after, she looks more natural and sculpted. So one theory is that she had all of her injections dissolved and she got re-injected. That is possible, especially nowadays. The medical community is moving more towards a conservative approach to filler, only injecting the minimum amounts needed for the right person in the right places to avoid this pillowy appearance. But let's not forget other factors that can change a person's face. As women, our weight fluctuates, we change makeup styles, we start skin treatments, and don't forget that lighting is a huge factor. And in the after picture, you can clearly see that the lighting was much better. So instead of picking apart what she could have done, why she looks better, let's just celebrate that she looks great regardless of why.
It's a facelift. Just thought I'd let you know. Since she won't say it, it's a facelift, obviously. Whether it's that completely frozen forehead from Botox or those weird lumps from fillers that never actually go away, something's definitely off and something's fishy. And it's all happening while the mainstream is constantly trying to tell us, It's just a harmless tweak. She just went and got a new hair color. You're a liar. You're lying. So let's start with the big one, the big B, Botox. Botox is actually derived from the botulinum toxin, which is one of the most dangerous toxins in human existence. I don't know why you guys always like to play it off like it's different. It's derived from a horrifically, very disturbingly deadly, I couldn't even add more lees if I wanted to, a type of toxin you don't even want to touch. It is one of the deadliest poisons known to humankind. Like, that's how crazy it is. In tiny medical doses, it can completely paralyze those pesky muscles that form wrinkles. In very large doses, it can actually remove an entire country, which is crazy. So Botox, great for a short while, but what happens long term? Many people get completely addicted to the no wrinkles look, and I can imagine how hot it is. I can imagine how good it is. I could imagine if I couldn't make these faces, how much more snatched I would look. But people get addicted and they go back every 3 to 4 months. Eventually, their faces lose the ability to make normal facial expressions. Kind of like this video Tana Mojo, how she makes that very off-putting Botox face.
You put that
Not the
amount in or
Botox smile.
more. So like,
Oh my God, that face is gonna get clipped and there's gonna be another Botox TikTok.
oh my God, that Botox TikTok was crazy.
Yeah, like 8
I love
million
your little
views.
comment.
I just want to say I'd rather have a frozen face. And then when I make that one face, it's weird. But then like I don't have wrinkles.
Bro, is it supposed to be a smile? Like, why did she make that face though? I'm crying. And then some of the amazing comments, what's wrong with having wrinkles? When you live in Hollywood for too long, you understand that you're not allowed to have wrinkles. You're just not. Like, nobody's allowed to have any wrinkles. You're not allowed to age. If you age, you're done. Maybe it's because the richest of Hollywood haven't actually learned how to connect with people on a deeper level. Real relationships aren't all about grand gestures or staged moments. They're about real connection. And that's why I absolutely love the Paired app. Paired is the ultimate relationship app designed to help couples stay in love. Society always romanticizes the thrill of falling in love or the honeymoon phase, but they never talk about the skills it takes to maintain it. That's where the Paired app comes in. With daily conversation starters, fun quizzes, and expert-backed advice to actually help you and your partner communicate better. It's not about just fixing problems. It's about growing together, deepening your bond, and making time for each other in a meaningful way. Did you know that couples who engage in daily conversations about their relationship report feeling happier and more connected? That's why the Paired app makes it so easy to check in, share thoughts, and even play relationship strengthening games. I mean, in a relationship, you learn more about each other every single day, and the Paired app makes it so much easier. And my favorite part is the relationship timeline. It lets you plot out your best memories together and plan for the future. So you're not just coexisting together, you're really building something wonderful. If you want to bring more love, laughter, and closeness to your relationship, now is the perfect time to try Paired. Click the link in my description or use my code to get a 7-day free trial and 25% off Paired Premium, so you can maintain and deepen your connection with your partner. Thank you so much to Paired for sponsoring this video. So then after all this Botox, you end up getting that frozen vibe, that completely emotionless look to your face, where your eyebrows barely move. Is that really the look that we're going for today? Maybe it is what the girlies like. My face before I got any filler. She looks like a baby face. Okay, that can't be real. That just can't be real. This has to be a joke. No, this girl she's killing me. She's absolutely lying. And now this is not just 40-something, something that we used to understand as women or moms going off and getting Botox like it was a totally normal thing. This has now seeped into teenagers as well as young women that haven't even hit their 20s, going ahead and getting their preventative Botox. God, here we go.
What is baby Botox? Obviously, it's not Botox on babies, but it's pretty much Botox on beginners. And why would somebody want to do baby Botox and at what age? Well, could be in the 20s, could be in the 30s. And the best reason to do it is to prevent lines from forming. Now, what does that mean? Think of it like this. The more you use the muscles, the more the muscles crease. A line in the skin is going to form perpendicular to the direction of the muscle. So when we use these frowning muscles, which run like, they go down like this, creases form vertically. Think of it like ironing a pair of pants. If you keep ironing a crease into the pants, eventually that crease stays, and the same thing goes for creases between your eyebrows. Now, you should also understand that the reason that these lines form is because these muscles pull, and when you pull with these muscles, the brows come down, and over time they settle low. So your forehead muscles fight against those and they raise up.
Actually, there are 0 studies that show preventative Botox actually prevents wrinkle formations. I started baby Botox when I was 22. So now that I'm 27, am I just done for? Like, my face is screwed. Like, I'll never have the baby talks face. So it's interesting that so many people love this idea. They think it is just absolutely fantastic because the thought of wrinkles and aging is just so disturbing to a lot of people. But ironically, freezing your face too immaturely can actually change how your face develops over time. Sometimes it actually makes you look older because you never developed those normal facial movements. I just can't imagine that we're supposed to have Botox at 17. I just can't, I can't get behind it, actually, is what that is.
Preventative Botox, it is not something you need. I'm a 39-year-old board-certified dermatologist. My focus is on cosmetics, and I'm here to tell you that preventative Botox is actually a joke. And you may be asking yourself, what the hell is she talking about? She's clearly Botox. The reality is, I am not. I am not clearly Botox, nor have I been doing Botox at a fetal age of 22, 23, 24, when patients are coming in asking me for Botox that I refuse to give them because they have no signs of aging on their faces. Botox should be started when you have built-in lines that do not disappear at rest.
This is what so many people get confused, is that it feels like before you even have any visible lines, you should be fixing them, fixing the lines that don't exist. But she's making it very clear that once you have those lines, that's when it might be the time to make this decision for yourself. By the way, this is Dr. Shireen Idris. I actually use her facial cleanser from Sephora. It is so banging. The fact that she put out a skincare line, I actually believe her. I actually believe her. The proof is in the pudding, and I use it, and it's really good.
Lines that appear to form permanent deeper grooves on your face. That is when you should start considering quote-unquote preventative Botox, but it's not really preventative because the lines are actually already there. The other thing about preventative Botox that people often assume is that they need to do it immediately once the movement comes back. And that is wrong on all counts. I much prefer your movement come back slowly and naturally so that you do not lose the essence of your face by the time you hit 40.
That's weird. It's just weird. Have you guys ever heard everybody talking about the fact that we're not even supposed to really know what we look like? Like if we were in, not even ancient times, if we were Neanderthals, if we were the first early humans, the only time you'd ever see yourself is in like the reflection of a still lake. And maybe not even then. The obsession that has grown for people and women because of social media and how obsessed we've become with our looks in general, it's just disturbed. Like there has to be a form of life that is so much more enjoyable than caring this much about how you look. So the whole point is if you start Botox at 18, you might really regret it by 30. And I truly believe that if you wait, you are so much better off. Now let's talk about your beloved fillers because people just can't stop loving fillers. They love them. No matter what kind of information comes out, no matter how many people say it might not be the best idea, people love them. Now we're talking about hyaluronic acid fillers being injected into your cheeks, your jaw, your nose, your lips, literally anywhere you can stick a needle, even in your butt. Not in your butt, but on your butt. The mainstream narrative is that it dissolves in 6 to 12 months, so there's absolutely no harm. But is that actually true?
Hi, dermatologist here. A lot of these fillers, we place a certain time period on how long they last based on the studies that were done. So we could say 6 months, a year, 18 months, whatever the case may be. Those numbers represent how long they followed people in a study. Basically to say, okay, we saw at 6 months in the majority of people, the filler was still there. At a year, it was still there. At 18 months, it was still there. Those are not caps. Doesn't mean that filler never dissolves. It's just that there is variability in the amount of time that it takes it to dissolve. Variable from filler to filler, different from volume used, different based on the person it is, based on their activities. It's different based on where it's injected in the face.
So you heard it there. Apparently fillers do dissolve. It's just that the rate specifically can vary, and that specific video that we have gone over 1,000,001 times on my channel, I've talked about fillers so many times, is that that woman had an exceedingly large amount of fillers. And while this is partially a good thing to know and a good thing to understand, I'm also trying to say that like different fillers on different parts of the face are all going to dissolve at completely different times.
I really want to have this conversation about filler because I think more and more people are starting to notice and realize the long-term effects as opposed to focusing on the instant result. Some months back in a TikTok, I explained about my lip filler, cautioning people because it was more than 4 years ago and I still have migration outside of my lip line. You just have no idea what that person might be going through internally. They may be completely regretting it and have no idea what to do to fix it. I'd love to have a more snatched jawline. I've gained a lot of weight and I'd love to straighten this out and have a more angular jaw, but is it really worth it to risk it migrating and then I'm even more unhappy? In my opinion, filler was never meant to give you an entirely different face shape and give you cheeks and all that. As far as I know, it was created to replace volume loss as you age. So women in their 20s and 30s getting all this filler, you think you're doing this anti-aging thing, but sorry, in my opinion, like, it makes you look more mature. It makes you look older.
This is exactly it. I feel like because humans are such greedy creatures, and when we get something that we love and we love the look of something, we're like, how do we do more of it? How could I have even more if I wanted? That is what is so dangerous, is consistently going back. And you do not know when you're constantly filling and overfilling and doing so much into your face when that's actually going to be dissolving. If it's going to dissolve in 2 or 3 years and you just keep building on top of it, it's a slippery slope is what that is. And when we talk about all of these fillers, we just cannot forget the lips. We are in an era where everybody wants the fullest, most juicy Kylie Jenner pout. If you don't have that, are we even people? We need that thick, juicy lip. But if you keep consistently refilling them and needing more and wanting bigger lips and bigger lips, you might end up getting that horrible migration and that terrible filler shelf at the top of your lip. Like, just think Hailey Bieber's overfilled lips. Yes, I said it. Yes, I said it. She's such a good example. Over time, fillers can completely migrate over your lip line, creating these weird lumps and ridges, and it is not cute, and then you have to go through an entire process just to dissolve them.
How to tell if your filler is migrating. Now, some of the easiest places to tell are the lips. If you start to see filler along the white roll, which is this border between the pink and skin, oftentimes you'll see filler bleed into it. Now, filler can sometimes go beyond that too, and you'll actually see filler in the skin.
I can't. It's my worst nightmare, you guys. Like, that is like, when I'm laying in bed at night and I have a nightmare dream about Michaela Nogueira trying to sell me stuff, I also have this dream simultaneously at the same time, just terrified of my lips getting messed up from fillers.
Your lips look like this. I'm sorry to tell you, you have lip filler migration. If the volume of the lip has moved outside the red margin of the lip, where there's a lead shelf-like appearance, this is filler migration. This is not normal anatomy. There are plenty of girls that walk around with lips like this, but this ideally should be corrected, get it dissolved and refilled, because this is not natural and not normal.
I think people are just addicted to the fullness. Like, can you get down with the fullness? Like, they love how full their lips are. They do not care that they're actually falling off their lips. How is it that people talk about Hailey Bieber's lips so many times and she's never done anything about it? Maybe she loves it. Oh, Mrs. Bieber. Some of us have double lip lines naturally. Actually, her lips look completely fine. Yes, double lip lines are normal and can be mistaken for class 2 lip filler migration resulting in a ledge, but a class 3 migration results in a larger shelf, which is not the same as a double lip line. But hey, they never warned us about that on Instagram, did they? Back in 2018, when Kylie Jenner was busting out her big lips, she never said, just letting you know, you might have to deal with this in a few years. Get the lips, they'll look great forever. No, they won't. No, they won't. We now live in a world where Instagram filters can literally give you mini surgery in 2 seconds. Bigger lips, smoother skin, a foxier eye. So we get so used to seeing ourselves that way, so filtered, even on Facetune, that then when we see ourselves in person, in real life, in the mirror, it's not so flawless, unfortunately. Let me speak for myself. That's why so many people are chasing actual plastic surgery to have that filtered look in real life. It's become so normalized and so mainstream that your literal next door neighbor might be talking about their Botox appointment that they got during their lunch break. We're starting to treat these procedures as if they're as casual as going and getting a manicure done. But let's not forget that they involve needles, foreign substances going into your face, and many potential complications. Some people do get nice results, subtle and balanced, and I'm not telling you to avoid any cosmetic changes that you particularly want for yourself, especially if they help you overall, both mentally and physically. But the problem is you get used to a new look and you want more and more. You say, give me more. I'll come back in 6 months. You want me to come back in 3 months so it'll pay your bills? I'll come back in 2 months. I'll come back even sooner than you want. Suddenly you've crossed a line or your esthetician messes up, and ironically, it ages you tenfold.
This has aged years in the past couple of months, and I've finally figured out why.
Let me tell you why she looks so much worse after her master Botox. Hi, my name is Van, Bay Area Aesthetic Injector, and what most likely happened is her injector accidentally targeted some of the rosorius fibers on the side. She has a droopy smile. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, the rosorius is a muscle that comes across this way and attaches to the corner of the mouth and allows us to pull back like this. So if the Botox accidentally affects this muscle, you're going to get one side that doesn't go back, like it's pinned down, just like what she has going on. The problem with this is then you get this recruitment of all these other muscles that try to activate because you can't pull the corner of your lips. That's why she has a deeper smile line and a deeper crease right here, because you get more activation of the lip elevators and more activation of the DAO down here. Good news is that this will go away, but unfortunately it's probably going to take 4 to 6 months, possibly longer, just because of how many units were used.
4 to 6 months? Catch me doing the craziest drugs before I ever do this. I'm so sorry, you guys. You just, like, would you trust... I'm sorry, I just don't trust anybody. Like, how can you trust anybody? Because people make casual mistakes, but a 4 to 6 month long mistake? My self-esteem could never. I'm already struggling day to day. I don't need more issues. It's been 5 months and it's still not normal. I feel like it never will be. I got 20 units on one side. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Rest assured it will go back to normal, but can take some time due to the dose/temporary muscle atrophy. Stop it, girl. Case in point, the recent drama surrounding Miss Millie Bobby Brown. She is so young, but so many of her fans are convinced that she's looking so much older due to cosmetic tweakments. Mostly alleged fillers, but also potentially some very insane contour. Some say she's even lost a lot of her youthful contours, and people from her new movie, The Electric State or something, they just think that she can't even play a teenager anymore because she looks so damn old. What?
Everyone is talking about how Millie Bobby Brown is looking much older for her age.
21. Do we feel different?
You're not just paying for a syringe or two of filler, you are buying a feeling. Cosmetic injectables give you a level of confidence like no other. I mean, look at her confidence then versus now. She might look a little bit older, but she has stepped out of that once young girl that we all knew her as and blossomed into this strikingly beautiful, confident woman.
Maybe because she is blooming into an actual woman is why she is giving so much confidence. It's weird that people are comparing her baby photos to how she looks now. I mean, she's always had very naturally beautiful full lips, like ever since she's been on Stranger Things, but you can't help but wonder because she does look different. Like, we don't have to squint and be like, I don't see it. I see it. She looks different. Whether she actually has had work done or not, the speculation alone proves how normalized these procedures are even for young or teen celebrities. Like, every single person online thinks that she's had some sort of cosmetic procedure done. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to break down if I think Millie Bobby Brown has had anything done or not, if you want me to go through the whole shebang like I did with my Ariana Grande video, which you can watch right here. I'm gonna talk more about why everybody thinks this, but I just want to show you guys these crazy Reddit comments. There's something about Millie Bobby Brown that looks weird to me. Did she get surgery on her face? It just might be married life, you guys. Like, she just might really be in love with Bon Jovi's son. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get that. High on a feeling. Millie Bobby Brown subliminally responds to plastic surgery comments. Women grow, not sorry about it. Now, I don't know. Do you guys think that anything is going on here? People are in the comments, sorry, but WTF is this? Like, why so much fillers and Botox? Plastic surgery, is it just me or does she look way older than she actually is? She has lip filler for sure and looks like an eyebrow lift from Botox. She is very pretty, but doesn't look 22 or whatever. She looks 30. I hate when celebrities get all this stuff done and can't just say, yeah, I did, so, and keep trying to deny it. This is why the speculation comes up, because it's not just a little bit of makeup that makes somebody go, she doesn't really look like Millie. Like, does marriage really do that to you? Like, does your face just completely change when you get married? Not typically. Like, not typically. I was wondering the same thing. I thought many, many times that she did look significantly different from obviously when she was younger. People do grow, puberty changes a lot of people, but this is a little bit different. Now, like, the commentary is annoying, like, women grow. Do their lips also grow 4 times in size? No. So now Botox and fillers might be this gateway drug for a lot of women, but we cannot deny a facelift. These are the big guns. This is the hard stuff. Major surgery, scalpels, hella sedation, and the real risk of nerve damage. The result can of course be smoother skin. You can obviously look younger, or you can have that horrible like wind tunnel effect if done poorly. And guess what? Just because you got a facelift doesn't mean that you magically stop aging. You essentially have like 10 more years and then your face continues to age naturally. Facelifts can leave visible scars behind your ears, hairline changes, and even potential facial numbness. So this is 1 hour post facelift surgery. So this 2 days, this is intense. Wow. Whoa. She said everything on the menu times 2. Everything on the menu and for my best friends as well. If you guys want to watch my full deep dive facelift video, you can go ahead and click here. It's a really, really good one. Now, if something goes wrong in surgery, you could have permanent asymmetry. So yeah, we're talking very serious, irreversible changes just to look younger for a few years. Is the risk really worth it? Especially when people are pairing it with the new kid on the block, Ozempic. Ozempic. Now we need to talk about Ozempic and the Ozempic face phenomenon. You've probably heard all of the buzz about Ozempic. Maybe it was a video of mine, or maybe you've seen the disturbing commercials, because I know they disturb me every time. It is a diabetes medication that has been repurposed for weight loss. Suddenly, half of Hollywood is rumored to be on it, and people are even getting diagnosed with osteoporosis only a year after using it. It is some serious hard stuff. But one very serious and unintended side effect is the Ozempic face.
And the thing about rapid weight loss or things like Ozempic is whatever happens to your body is also going to happen to your face. So what they're saying is a lot of loss of facial fat volume. Volume in the face is also going away. And it's not necessarily a great look, because everybody knows as we get a little bit older and we're losing volume in our face, we tend to look gaunt, we tend to look tired, tend to look older. And all of those are effects of losing the fat in the face along with losing fat in the body. The other thing with Ozempic weight loss is that it's rapid.
Rapid weight loss can cause sagging or even a gaunt look, especially in your face. So while your body might be getting slimmer, your cheeks will deflate. Your eye area can also hollow out, and you can end up looking older. You guys know I've shown this one. Insanity. Oh, Kylie just got older. I don't know. Ugh. These are my sleep paralysis demons. Like, they're like there when I'm sleeping on my back. Jessica Simpson, get away. But the Ozempic body though, we love her. And because a lot of people are losing this weight without any exercise, they are experiencing a lot of sagging. It's like we're chasing perfection at any cost, even if that means layering more procedures on top of one another. But let's face it, constant tweaking can spiral into real body dysmorphia. I make a lot of jokes in these videos, but something like this, the actual mental turmoil you experience when you have body dysmorphia, it is horrible. So many of these influencers today are getting these treatments in exchange for promoting the actual clinic themselves. They rant and rave about these incredible results and how amazing it looks, but they don't show the bumps, the bruises, and all of the downtime it took to actually get there. Followers only see a highlight reel, not the physical and emotional downsides. And there's definitely something much deeper going on here. It's not just these clinics or these plastic surgeons that are marketing themselves like crazy, because they're all over TikTok and social media. It's not just influencers that are shoving their new face into your face. Here is the kicker. We live in a culture where it is very hard to allow women to age naturally, especially on camera. So much so that women don't even want to see themselves age.
Kylie, what do we think?
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Not even a little bit?
I don't like it at all.
All right. I mean, you do look older than Kris Jenner.
No.
Yes. I doubt you're gonna end up looking like this though.
No.
No.
We've been told so many times ever since we were young that our value truly lies in our youth, which is just not true. Wrinkles and gray hairs are seen as some sort of horrible weakness. Like somehow it's negative to be growing old, as if it's not a complete blessing that we are old enough to even live to see the age of 60, 70, 80. Heck, when I tell a young person that I'm 27, they go, 27? What? Like they can't fathom it. Like it's somehow so negative to be growing old. And that's just something I don't understand. What's wrong with growing older, as if it's not completely natural?
There are a lot of people who saw your magazine covers and they're like, oh, wow, she's 37? Yes. And they're surprised, you know, but you've never lied about your age. So what's your reaction to that reaction?
I find it really funny because the same thing, I just decided pretty early on that I was like, I don't think I want to lie about this because I think the industry is really ageist, but then I'm like, I'm going to be a hypocrite if I try and lie about it and continue on like playing this game that I don't believe in and I think is really damaging to women primarily. So I'm like, also I did not come from like, I'm not a Nepo baby. I don't have any connections in the industry. I had to work my ass off to get to where I am, and that took me this long. And I'm like, I'm really proud of that. So
she looks like a baby. Like she looks so youthful. She's just being herself. And even with that, somehow celebrities are spending thousands to just never age ever.
This is Madonna from 1983 to 2024. Look at the evolution of her and her face. This is probably one of the most interesting transformations of anyone that I've seen in recent history. And stay tuned for the end of this, because how she changes in the last couple of years is very interesting, and I want you guys to think about it and think about if she's potentially using some kind of new age therapy, maybe telomeres. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but they have enough money. These people are going to start using reverse aging technologies. As you can see here, aging, starting to look pretty old. You know, as she's getting older, as you can see, she's 66. I don't know what's happening here. Look, suddenly, boom, what is this? Madonna, what happened there? What the heck? What is that? And then all of a sudden here, right? Interesting for someone 66.
Respectfully, it is not any sort of like crazy juju juice. Like these girls are just getting their skin snipped off. Like they're just getting the skin snatched, pulled away, and tons of fillers. And it's just modern plastic surgery with however much money you want to spend. You can look however the heck you want to look. This double standard completely fuels this massive panic around aging. So it's no wonder that women are feeling so incredibly pressured to get Botox at 25 years old.
We're not dying at 50. What are we doing with this next 40 years? Gonna boo-hoo about not being 25? I don't need to be who I was when I was 32. I need to be who I am. There's no such thing as aging gracefully, and there's no graceful or ungraceful way to do it. You just do it. I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh, you're 50, you have to cut your hair short. I'm the person who used to be like, that's not age appropriate, and now I'm like, fuck those rules. There's something about not playing small in a world that always makes you feel that way. That is like an act of bravery and beauty like no other.
I love Stacey London. You guys, do you know how many episodes of What Not to Wear I watched when I used to be sick on the couch when I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10? I love her. I love her whole vibe. And I absolutely, just because you get older doesn't mean you're not you. Do you think I see here? Okay, granted, I know a lot of you ladies are always like, Lael, you don't know anything because you're still a baby. Super fair. There's not a single day that goes by that I wish that I was a teenager. I'm so happy to be my age. I would never want to go back and be a child again. It doesn't make any sense. How else can we experience and live life unless we age and grow older? All of our life experience comes with age. And also, why is it fair that men get to be so hot when they get older, but women are looked at as grannies? Ageism has turned natural aging into a stigma. So we end up with an entire generation terrified of a natural biological process, and ironically speeding the aging effect with too many cosmetic tweaks. And that's the thing with Millie Bobby Brown. Take a look at this video of her from the past few years. 14 years old, 16 years old, 19 years old, and 21 years old. I think Millie Bobby Brown is the perfect example of that crazy celebrity stunt where all of these celebrities, one of their oldest tricks in the book, the moment that they get a procedure done, they will change their hair color because you are so much more focused on her new bleach blonde hair that you're not even focusing or looking at what she might have gotten done on her face. So her lips don't actually look like they have a ton of fillers. You can do very microscopic amounts of fillers, so I can't really like throw it away completely, but she looks like she's had plump lips for a very long time, ever since she was a kid. And if anything, maybe she's just doing some crazy new makeup because she's young and she can do whatever the heck she wants. Definitely a subtle overlining is really fooling us into thinking that's some crazy stuff going on. Go ahead and look at her with brown hair. I think it truthfully suits her and her complexion a lot more. The blonde hair is what is making her also look a lot more mature, especially the Pamela Anderson updos. It's really giving 30. It's definitely not a bad thing, but I think it has to do with why so many people think she looks so much older. We might be able to freeze our wrinkles, but we can't freeze time. The more we try to fight it, the more that we float into the uncanny, something is off territory, and you start not looking real. And trust me, a lived-in face with healthy lines often looks far more vibrant and alive than a face unnaturally frozen in place. And having your face frozen is only one of the complications that you can face. Botox can often cause ptosis, which is a droopy eyelid, headaches, or asymmetry if done incorrectly, which can last weeks, if not months long, until the Botox actually wears off and your face goes back to normal. And since it's a toxin, your body can actually develop a resistance, which means that you might actually need more Botox in order to achieve the same effect over time. Beauty is pain, but you guys, this is a whole nother level. When you actually go under the knife, the stakes are higher. Bleeding, infection, nerve damage, and even scarring, the recovery can be really brutal.
With a plastic surgeon who I feel wronged me and caused me emotional lifelong damage. All I had asked for was a slope and a lifted tip. Slight slope, by the way. Basically presented this procedure as a walk in the park, nothing he couldn't do. I saw how easy he thought this was, and I honestly felt pretty good about it. I was like, okay, if he thinks this is so easy and like so doable, let's do it.
After sitting down and speaking with her plastic surgeon, Samara felt pretty good about the situation.
Super important side note here, we walked out of that office without a quote. Hey girl, well, can you tell me the total? He said that your total will be $21,000. However, we decided to go through with the surgery. I had to make a life-changing decision in practically less than 5 minutes. The reason he was late and very visibly upset was because a receptionist at the surgery center messed up his sandwich order, and this made him angry. Very angry for someone who's about to cut someone's face open, right? From this point, my surgery was supposed to have started 30 minutes ago. It is at this point where he tells me he does not think he can do the slope and lifted tip at all. So he asks me to pull up a picture of what exactly I'm expecting. Why are we asking for a reference picture 20 minutes before I'm going under the knife?
But why did you do it? Like, once you ordered the sandwich, girl, you should have gone. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm not. I'm really trying to be. I'm being straight up with you. This is your honest face. Like rhinoplasty, facelift. This is your actual face that we're talking about. These are things that you cannot go back from, and if you do go back, it will never be the same. If you come out of surgery and just like her, the results are not what you envisioned, you probably have to go for a revision surgery. This leads to an absolute downward spiral. It is awful. We see flawlessly smooth foreheads on Instagram, celebrities who claim that they just drink water, and a culture that really idolizes youth. Even if a lot of us rationally know the side effects, many of us still try to chase that fleeting perfection. It's also never been easier or cheaper to get these tweaks done. Many of these clinics offer financing programs, so the barrier to entry is very low. This makes it extremely tempting to jump on the bandwagon when you're forgetting that this is your literal face on the line. This is your nose. This is your face after a facelift. You have no idea what's about to happen. You have to do your research. Plus, social media is filled with these beauty gurus that completely oversimplify the reality and the weight that are these procedures. They'll go ahead and say, it's so easy. There's no downtime, no side effects. There's nothing you have to worry about. Just do it, girl. Live life for you, which is so often not the full story. People only ever see the beautiful after, never the regrets or the horrible side effects. Basic stuff like good skincare, sun protection, and hydration will have you looking absolutely perfect. You won't need anything else. And also, healthy living can do absolute wonders for your appearance. Could you imagine not smoking and not drinking and how hot you would look? Also, it's good for your insides and no needles are necessary. Yes, it's definitely less flashy than like a magical injection that you can get to look perfect, but it definitely has no chance of leaving you with any lumps or any droopy eyelids. So to tie it all together, just know that if you're not careful, plastic surgery can absolutely ruin your face. Sure, it might start with a subtle Botox here or a dash of filler there, but normalizing these procedures as if they're not in their own way dangerous and something to absolutely tread with caution can lead you to that dreaded territory of overfilling, overfreezing, and ironically looking a lot older than you are. And always remember that sometimes the best treatment is just accepting the natural aging process, lines and all. Because trust me guys, we are not the first to have aged. There have been many that have come before us and they have aged beautifully and gracefully. And even if it's not that beautiful, what does it even really matter? When I'm 80, I'm gonna be so much more worried about my grandchildren and baking for them and playing with them in the backyard and like probably praying because I'm gonna be scared to die. You know, all that normal stuff. If you guys enjoyed this video, you can go ahead and click here to find out why plastic surgery is kind of ruining your body. Girl, don't get the BBL. I promise you don't. You don't need the BBL. Your booty is bouncing exactly as it is. Or you can go ahead and click here to find out how everybody is having facelifts these days and what a facelift actually entails, because I don't think you're fully aware of what's going on here. Also, make sure you guys go ahead and check out the Paired app. They offer a 7-day free trial and 25% off premium down in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know I only make these videos because I love you and I only want the best for you. I hope you have an amazing day or night or whenever you're watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.